Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another day of Vlogmas. Today we're doing a little bit of a crochet challenge video, which is going to be letting AI pick and make a crochet pattern for me. So basically I went on to ChatGPT and I typed in asking them if they'd help me with my video today and told them a couple different yarns that I have because I have a ton of yarn. So I just gave them a list of a decent amount of them, not all of them, and then asked them to make me a crochet pattern based on that yarn, and one that won't take like super long to make because I'd like to make it all in one sitting, or at least in the same day if I can. So I went ahead and did that, and I listed out a bunch of yarn, and they gave me 3 options for items to make. The first one was a stocking, which I wasn't sure if I wanted to make that because I don't know what I would do with it. I already have stockings and I wouldn't want to just make one stocking unless I was going to make like a whole set of matching stockings, if that makes sense. The other option they gave me was to make retro Christmas star garland out of Big Twist acrylic yarn. They got very specific on like what yarns and colors and everything too, which was nice. So like for the stocking, it was out of chunky sea glass, which is it's like the Lions brand Hue and Me yarn that I have that I bought from Joann's during the closing sale, which again, if I were to pick a color of stocking, I probably wouldn't pick that. It's that color right there, actually. I think it's more of like a beachy color, and I don't feel like I'd want a stocking in that color. It just wouldn't match like all of my decor and everything like that. Me just hating on AI's options. But anyways, it was actually option 2 out of them, but this is the one that I'm going to be going with. It is the Tranquil Multi 1 to 2 hour cloud cowl. They picked the bulky weight or super bulky. It's weight 6 yarn, and it is in the color Tranquil Multi, and they picked to make a cowl out of that, which I've never made a cowl before, so I was like, this is perfect. They say it's going to take 1 to 2 hours to make, and there's very little ends to weave in, so we love that. So I picked that option, and they said perfect. I'm not going to read everything they said, but they wrote me up a pattern for it. They say it's a super soft, super fast, chunky cowl using loops and threads ring spun, which is a weight 6 yarn. The Michaels brand loops and threads, which I got this for Christmas a couple years ago, I think now. It's like when I first started to crochet. My parents got me a bunch of yarn for Christmas, and this is one of the yarns that they got me. That's the yarn I'll need. I'll need 1 to 2 skeins depending on how tall I want it, as they wrote. So let me go grab 2 skeins so that I have them ready. Okay, we have 2 skeins of the loops and threads ring spun in the color Tranquil Multi. So this is the yarn we're going to be working with, and they suggested using a 10mm hook, which I have right here. The pattern says you can use a 9mm if you want the stitches to be more tighter, or go for like an 11 to 12, which I have an 11.5 right here, if you want it to be looser or drapier, which we'll see how this yarn works out. It's not super stiff, so I think it'll be okay to go with a in the middle hook rather than a bigger hook for a looser, drapier feel, but we will see how it is as it works up. They said the width is going to be 26 to 28 inches in circumference, and the height is going to be 8 to 12 inches depending on your preference. So that's going to be like this part here, and the pattern is easily adjustable. Then they posted the pattern for me. I'm just sharing the AI pattern with you guys because what the heck else am I supposed to do? Maybe I'll screenshot it or something too so you guys can see it. But it says pattern beginner friendly foundation, chain 40 chains for a standard height cowl. If you want a taller, chain 45 to 50. If you want shorter, chain 32 to 36. Do not join. We'll work flat and seam the ends later. Makes it cleaner. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the chain first, and we're gonna start with what they said. So 40 chains, and then we'll see how tall it is. I've never made a cowl before. I've never really worn a cowl. Maybe I have when I was younger. I don't really remember the last time I wore a cowl, But we're actually going to use the 11.5 millimeter for the chain just because I have tight tension with my chains. So we'll start with that and we'll see how tall it is and kind of decide from there, because I'm pretty sure we want it to like scrunch up a little bit if I'm remembering how a cowl works right. I think this is the center pole. So I'm just going to pull from there and we will chain 40 and see what it looks like. I will say I already read through this pattern once and there was like some parts or one part that I was confused about. So we will see what happens when we get there. I'm going to adjust my camera angle a little bit so you guys can see better, hopefully, what I'm crocheting. And we'll get started with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. This is very interesting. It's like twisting. It looks like when people make the tentacles on their amigurumi or whatever. You see how it's just like twisting up like that? Hopefully it straightens out as we go. But right now it's pretty like spaced out. I feel like this is long enough that if you like scrunched it up. Yeah, I think that's plenty tall. Hopefully I don't regret it. But didn't they tell me how tall it was in their thing? Yeah, height 8 to 12 inches depending on your preference. It's obviously going to get shorter because we're going to lose a little bit, but where did I put? Let's see. Oh yeah, this chain is like 15 inches long. It's going to get shorter, so it's probably closer to 12 if not more. So let's definitely stop there and switch to the 10 millimeter hook. It's gonna be a chunky cow, I think. Okay, we're switching out our hook. We're at the 10 millimeter hook now. And the next part of the pattern, which is row 1, says to half double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook and in each stitch across, or each chain across. So it says you should have 38 stitches or whatever your chain minus 2. So I'm gonna half double crochet into the back loops because that is my preference because it makes a cleaner edge. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. I really like half double crochet, so I'm kind of happy that that's what this pattern uses, because if you don't know, when I first started learning to crochet, I started with like little swatches of things, and then out of the 3 that I did, which was single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet, I liked the half double crochet the best, and I decided to take, I had like maybe only 1 skein or 2 skeins of this really like, I don't know, neon green yarn almost, not neon, but it was like a brighter yarn, a brighter green yarn, and I decided to just start crocheting like a long panel of it to the point where it was like almost wider than a blanket. And my younger brother really liked it, so then I found the exact yarn and just bought a bunch of it and just kept crocheting it and made like this massive blanket all out of half double crochets. And yeah, it turned out pretty good if I do say so myself. It's very warm and heavy. It's very heavy, I feel like, but it's all just out of acrylic yarn. I'm very confused. I think I twisted my chain somewhere. Just take a look at that. What do you think is going on there? Like my chain, I'm going into the back loops. And can you even see that? It looks like it's twisted. I'm gonna undo it and start over. I'll check back in when I get the first row done, and then we'll read the next part, because I clearly messed something up on my chain and twisted it or something. I don't know. I literally don't know how I did that, because I was like trying to really focus and I was counting even. I don't know how the heck I messed it up, but let's try again. I'm back and have the first row done. That's what we got. So the next part says row 2 dash, as in 2, question mark. So it's basically however many rows you want to make. So it says repeat the following row until your piece measures 26 to 28 inches laid flat. So we just keep going till it reaches the correct amount. The row repeat that we're going to be doing is a half double crochet in the back loop only of every stitch across. So it's going to give like a ribbed looking texture, and we're chaining one after each row. So it says it gives the cowl that gorgeous ribbed cloud texture. You will likely make 18 to 22 rows depending on your tension. And then that's all the instructions we get for all these rows. So now I have to make all of these rows, and then we will move on to the next step after that. So we have one row so far, and what time even is it? Let's do a time check. It is 3:47 p.m. I'm really hoping to get this done today. So let's just get to crocheting, and then I'll check in after we make a little bit of progress. I hope that this turns out okay. It doesn't feel super stiff, so that's a good sign. I'm checking in to show you my current progress. I'm so bad at counting my rows when it comes to things like this, but I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows. They were saying 18 to 22 rows is what we'll need. I don't think we're halfway there yet, but this is how it's looking so far. It's how it's working up. It's looking pretty good. And I'm gonna measure it real quick. I hope this actually works. Like, I'm trying to think if it was like scrunched up how it would look, but let's measure it because we need to get to 26 to 28 inches. Currently we are at 6, so we got some work to do. Almost dropped my thing. We got some work to do. This is what my skein's looking like. I'm wondering if I should have sized up so it was like working up faster, but I don't know. I feel like this is like a good amount of drapiness. I don't know. I think it's gonna be okay. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep on working on it until it measures 26 to 28 inches. We'll see how long this takes me. It's currently 4:19 right now, so we still got some time to keep making progress.
Not as gifted as her. She? So she's just admitting that her husband's a dumb. Your daughter's a gold medalist. You're not going to receive this brand deal, but they're sponsored.
No, this mom might be going to the home.
It's needlessly complicated. And to be completely honest with you, I didn't go to a doctor for a long time because of how complicated the process. I've used it, highly recommend it. So check it out. If you want to, go to ZocDoc.com.
Here's my current progress. We're making a little gains here, and it's currently 4:39 right now. I will say I feel like this would work up a lot faster if I wasn't having issues with the yarn like splitting. It's like twisted together basically with this multicolor or whatever's going on here, and I keep accidentally splitting it, so that's making it take a little bit longer. But I am loving how this is turning out. It's very pretty. I don't know if it's gonna look okay after it's done, but it's something. I don't know if it's gonna look okay as it's like put together, but I don't even think we're at, I don't even know, 12 inches yet. No, we're not even at 10 inches yet. It's like 9.5. So we got some work to do, that's for sure. I think I might need a little snack break. I'm gonna go get some chips or something, take a little hand break too, and then we'll get back to working on this cowl. I really hope it scrunches okay. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I went up and had a snack, and I ended up actually making cookies. So it's been a little bit of time, and I worked on this a little bit while the cookies were baking. So I did a couple rows while I was up there, but I'm gonna get back to it now, and it is almost 5:30. So we are probably getting close to halfway done, but not quite. Yeah, not quite. No, we're not halfway done. We're at like 11 inches. So we got some more work to go. I think we're probably gonna end up using 2 skeins is gonna be my guess. I think this is a little bit longer than what like the pattern thought it would be. So that could be why, like if I made it a little shorter, it wouldn't take up as much yarn. And if I used a bigger hook as well. But I just kind of went with what the pattern said in the middle ground, and we're gonna see how it turns out. Can AI create a pattern, or also did they just steal it from someone else? That's what I'm wondering. But they basically are just telling me to make a rectangle and sew it together. They just added a little bit of flair with the ribbing effect of it all with going into the back loops. So they didn't make a super complex pattern, I wouldn't say. So far, I wouldn't say that at least. I'm just gonna keep on crocheting away here. I think maybe I'll set a timer for like 30 minutes or an hour so I can like really focus and try to see how much I get done.
Know her and be friendly, and then for the relationship of that friend to be weird, and that he's going on a trip without her, like that is so beyond their relationship, and that's not up to her to have to overcompensate and fix. I'm just saying, like, she should have said, hey, then hold the trip, like, wait, so you're like, can't, like, this is weird.
I was working all day, but also I still didn't want to respond. He asked me to explain because he didn't understand what was going on. But I started crying and told him I'd just send him an email instead. Let's go. Okay, here's the letter.
I'm so ready.
Nothing happened. The other thing I understand is that you were interested in her romantically at...
Okay, I did another 30 minutes of work. This is where we're at. I'm getting low on this first skein of yarn. Once I finish it, we'll measure and see how long this is, but I think we're gonna have to, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to use some of the second skein, but I just wanted to check in and show you guys how far I am after another 30 minutes, and I'm gonna keep going until I reach another 30 minutes and check in, or until I run out of yarn. That'll probably happen first, actually, because I'm almost out. I'll check in once I get there. I just finished the skein, the first skein, and that was another like couple minutes of me crocheting. But this is where we're at right now. I'm about to lay it flat and measure it. I'm like just at the beginning of another row, so let's see where we're at. We're at about 17.5 inches. We have to get to what, 26 to 27. So we got some work to do. 26 to 28, I think is actually what it is. So probably gonna be using about 1.5 skeins is my guess. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to add on the second yarn. I'm not gonna tie it just because this yarn is like bulky and soft, and I'm afraid that the knot would just come undone. So I'm just going to add it in and then weave in the ends. I think that's the plan. Okay, I'm gonna finish up this 30 minutes of crocheting, and then we'll check to see how long it is after that. This is very nice because it's kind of mindless in a way. Okay, it's been another 30 minutes. This is what the second skein is looking like, and I'm about to show you how much I've crocheted. So the hook just fell on the ground, but look at how wide it's getting. It's looking so good. It's currently 6:39. I definitely thought I'd be done with this by now. Not gonna lie. I can definitely get it done tonight. I just was hoping that I'd have more time to do other things tonight. My knees are like starting to hurt from the way I'm sitting, but I'm getting so close. So I just measured it and we're at, I already forgot. I think we're at 23 inches. 22.5. So I'm gonna keep going. I think maybe like another 30 minutes and I should have it long enough, and then we have to read the instructions for the next part. But I'm pretty sure my computer's about to die and my phone's about to die, so I'm just like hot mess here. But we're just gonna keep going. If I need to stop to grab some chargers, I will do that, but I'm pretty sure my chargers are like all the way upstairs. So trying to avoid that if I can, but I don't think these are gonna last another 30 minutes. But anyways, it's 6:40. I'm gonna set a timer for 30 minutes and I'll check in either when that goes off or when I reach the correct length for this, which hopefully I remember to like stop and check to make sure I didn't exceed the length. I'm trying to get the vision here of if this is long enough or not. It's said to be 26 to 28 inches. It's 29 inches right now because I tried it on at 26 and I didn't think it was like gonna be enough. I think I'm just gonna sew it together full send. I went 1 inch longer than what the pattern said to do. Whoops. I was gonna try to go to 28, but I just kept going and didn't realize and didn't check the length again. But I'm going to now look at the next part. Let me take this off me so I can put the microphone back on. So the next part in this pattern is seam. That's what the title is. Lay the rectangle flat, fold ends together, slip stitch through both edges to seam into a tube, fasten off and weave in ends. There's an optional finish for a cloudy edge, and it says if you want a super soft rolled edge, join the yarn anywhere along the top edge, work 1 round of slip stitches loosely around the entire top. Repeat on the bottom edge. Oh, so you put edges on it. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. This softens the border and makes it feel extra plush. Okay, maybe I will, but we gotta sew it together first. So let's make some room over here. Can you see what I'm doing here? Yeah. My chair will not sit still. It's driving me nuts. Okay, so we need to fold the 2 ends together. I need to weave in that end too. So we're folding this together. We're gonna slip stitch through both ends of the edges. So let's see. If we were to turn, the work would go this way, so that would work. So we're just slip stitching together. Should I slip stitch through both of them or just through the outer edges? It just says slip stitch. Why can I not say that? It just says slip stitch through both edges to seam into a tube. It doesn't say if I go through both of the parts of the thing or not. I don't know how to take that because I feel like it's going to be bulky if I do it that way. Okay, I just deleted some more footage so that I had more room here, but I'm just gonna follow literally like what it seems like I'm supposed to do. So I'm gonna slip stitch through both and hope for the best. We're just following the AI pattern, and that's what the AI pattern says to do. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh shoot. This yarn is driving me nuts how much it's splitting. I'm not a big fan of yarn that's like twisted together. I'm a fan of how it looks. I'm not a fan of working with it. I'll say that. Just need to get past this spot where it's splitting. This might be the most frustrating part so far. I guess the one end is the chain. I forgot. So it's going to be harder to get through, I guess. Holy heck. It's been storming out pretty bad outside and my phone's like at 5%. I just hope and pray that we've been lucky to not lose power, but I'm just hoping that we don't lose power because that'd be like not cool at all. Yeah, I'm just like kind of scarred from last winter, I feel like, with what a rough winter we had plus how many power outages I feel like we randomly had. I just get worried now, and I heard this winter's supposed to be bad again, so I keep hearing that. My goal for next winter is to get a new car, but I really didn't want to have to get a car payment because I'm in the process of paying off student loan debt, and the last thing I wanted to do was get in more debt with how much student loan debt I had. I just felt like I was kind of like going backwards, if that makes sense, which in a way I am, like numbers wise, but I think it's honestly for the best because it's for my safety too, and just security of not having a potential emergency. Well, you can always have an emergency, but less likely that I'd have a car emergency, like with a newer car breaking down, than if I keep this car and then it starts to have a lot of issues and cost me lots of money. Plus I just want to take a little more ownership like over my own car, because right now the car I have is technically my parents, and I don't know, I just feel like I would feel good to like know that like I have my own car, even if I do have a loan on it. And depending on like interest rates and stuff, I can always pay that loan off sooner if it makes sense to with my student loans and things like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to info dump to you guys about my financial stuff. It's just something that I care about and something I'm interested in. Finances is something I'm interested in. But anyways, I'm just gonna finish up the rest of this edge and then I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll decide if I want to add an edge all the way around or not. Okay, I didn't like fasten off the ends or anything because I haven't decided if I want to add an edge to it or whatnot. Let me just try it on, and then also don't know which way to put it. I'm going to put it both ways so we can see. I'm going to take my microphone off so it doesn't cover it, obviously. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me. So this part is the part that kind of would stick out. Hang on. I feel like you kind of have to like mess with it. It's a little bit thick. Hang on. I can't tell if it's like it just needs to be kind of messed around or if it's ugly, you know? It's so hard to tell. Maybe it's just a little bit too long. I don't know how I feel about it. It definitely like would keep your neck warm, that's for sure. I just don't know how I feel about it. Did it need to be a little bit more drapey? Did I need to make it not as wide? Is it too wide? Is it too long? I don't know. I'm gonna flip it inside out because I think this side actually looks a little better. I feel like I need to mess with it a little bit, but I think it looks okay. I can't tell if I hate it or not. I don't think I want to add an edge to it. I don't think it needs an edge added to it. I think the raw edge looks fine, but I don't really know. I feel like I kind of have to like fold it over itself, or else it's like too tall. I don't know. I don't think I've ever worn a cowl before. It just feels a little too tall, and my gauge made it like wider this way, so if I were to follow theirs, maybe that would be better. But again, like you can like tuck it over and that helps. How the heck do you wear a cowl anyways? You could like do one of these. It's a hood now. What do we think? I feel pretty bundled up, that's all I'm gonna say. It's now a hood. It's long enough that it can cover your ears, and it's coming down to like past my neck. My hair's all in here, so I feel like a crazy person for some reason. I think I've been sitting under these lights too long. Okay. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Did AI do a good job? Is it ugly? Is it not ugly? What do you think could be fixed on it? Should I add a border? I'm not going to cut off the ends yet because I have to think on it whether or not I want to add a border. I still need to weave in the ends too, but that's a problem for another day. Just don't mind you don't see that. You don't see that piece of yarn sticking out. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm losing it, so it's time to take this thing off. I don't know if this project turned out good or not, so let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think I should do with this? Is there anything I should do to try to save it, or do you think I should leave it as is and just weave in the ends? Let me know down in the comments what I should do. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And like I said, comment down below what I should do with this. Also, let me know if you want me to do another one of these like AI videos or not, or any experience you've had with AI crochet patterns. I apologize because my heater just turned on, but I hope you guys are enjoying Vlogmas so far. Stay tuned for lots more videos to come, and if you guys do decide to stick around and subscribe, then I'll see you in my next video. Bye!